Hey folks, Jonathan here. We're moving right along on our subframe here. Got the 3 holes done to slide the pins in to weld to the slider frame. Just have a 1 bolt in this end, 2 bolts in that end, holding the plate on. Got them all, both plates welded on, both plates drilled. What we're doing now is cleaning up the slider frame and going to grind it and get it ready to sit back down in. I've got all the small plates made for the inside, the 1/2 inch thick plates, which I'll show you here shortly. And these, I went ahead and, as you can see, used oil when I drilled these. One of the reasons is the inside of this rectangle tubing has got a weld down it, of course, and welded seam. So when that cutter hits that weld, I just can't stand the sound of it. You know, it just makes me feel like it's my cutter's fixing to come apart or break. So I tried to lessen it up a little bit by putting oil on it, but you know, it wasn't because of heat. I really don't like that hitting hard sound that you get on a cutter when it hits something that, you know, it's a interrupted cut. It's not a direct cut. So, and but anyway, we've got that. But here shortly, I'll sit this subframe or this slider frame back in, and we'll go ahead and get everything tacked in where it needs to be, and we'll pull the slider back out and weld it good. And here's my plates. I've got all 6 of them done. Went ahead and made 2 of them a little bit longer just because that's how it worked out. These are 3x4 and these 2 are 3x5, and got all the 1/2 inch holes drilled in them, or 1/2 inch, I'm sorry, 1.5 inch. And then I'll get these cleaned up, and then I am working on the pins right now. So we'll get them all tacked in, and then we'll clean everything up before we set this down in there, and clean the insides of this up where we can get a good weld on them pins, and we'll keep at it, and I'll show you some more here shortly. Okay folks, I've got it picked up here, getting ready to sit it back down in so we can line our pins up and tack weld our plates on, and then we'll pick it back up again and weld her up good, and then set it in permanent. Okay folks, I've got all my pins made, and got the plates done and everything cleaned up, ready to tack, and we'll tack these in, the squares, and then pull the pins out, raise this subframe back up, or the slider frame, and then weld them good, weld them really good, and then I will set it back in, slide all the pins in, and then weld the pins. And I'm going to leave the pins sticking out some. It's not going to hurt a thing, but I can get a lot more weld on it that way. So that's where I'm at right now. I'll show you a little bit more as soon as I get some more done. Okay folks, we've got them welded on here, and I'm going to set it down and put our pins in and get everything lined up. Now I'll show you more. Okay folks, we have got our pins welded, and we hadn't welded the inside yet, but we've got the outers welded and on, and still got a few things to do. When we flip it over, we'll get the bottoms of here, but it's moving right along. I think I'm going to call it a night, but I wanted to show you a couple of things before I wrap it up here. One of the things, you know, I hadn't taken these off yet, and I was talking about these before, and the way that I didn't like the way they was put on. It may be hard to tell with the camera, but you know, I had looked at this, and this is actually facing up, and I thought it was twisted at first, and I went to checking, and you can see the size of the lip on this side compared to the one on the top side. So that's actually on crooked. So that tells me that I really need to look at my rollers good, and you know, measure them and make sure that they're in, you know, good shape, and I don't have one that's, you know, oblong or wearing off. And this other side here don't have that problem, just this side. So, but that's one of the things. That's why I didn't want to run, you know, try to weld right to the end of it. But and I've got my other rollers in, and I will show you them. Okay, I hadn't got any more done on the plates, except for I did drill the other plate. You can see I've got them I've actually got them clamped together exactly, you know, where they need to be, and then I drilled through. But I hadn't got the rest of it milled and everything, but I can get back on it. I should have done it the other day when it was raining, but I didn't felt too good with this weather like it is, and I've been sick. So, but and it's in the 30s right now, I think. So, kind of cold. But so anyway, we've got our other pins and our other rollers. So that'll go ahead and get us done on this. And well, I guess I'll show you our board here. Okay, I told everyone I was going to do this board with a price, and we've got 125 on our rollers. That 3/4 plate I bought for $100. 1/4 inch plate I gave $148 for, but we need to remember now that I sold some stuff for the money to buy that, so you know it was more of a trade, but we'll leave it on there anyway. And then the steel for the subframe was $108. So as of right now, that's what I've got in it. Then I've got money in the truck, but I don't have a lot in the truck, you know, and it's kind of hard to, you know, price some of this stuff, because like the transmission that I've got in the truck, the Allison, I bought a school bus for $250, pulled the transmission and a bunch of other parts, and then I sold the school bus for $500. So I doubled my money on the bus and ended up with the parts. So I mean, you know, I can't subtract money off, but I mean, you know, some of the stuff's cheap, and I gave $300 for the engine, and so I still don't have a lot in here, and there's less than $500, and you know it's going to go well up from that. Don't get me wrong, but you know, as comparison to a new wrecker or you know even a nice used wrecker, especially, well, can't really say rotator, because you can't buy a small rotator like this. I don't guess. I think 16 tons is as small as you can go, but anyway, I just wanted to keep everybody updated on that, and we'll add more as we go and total it up. But that's, I think, what, 475 or just a little over 475. So, but I'll show you more. And appreciate everybody watching, subscribing, commenting, liking, and till next time, bye.